Have you ever noticed your computer starting to feel sluggish over time? Programs take forever to load, and files save slower than they used to. One of the most common culprits is something called disk fragmentation. But what exactly does that mean, and how do we fix it? To understand that, we first have to understand how a hard drive works. Think of your hard drive as a massive library, but instead of books, it stores files. The librarian isn't a person, but a mechanical arm called the read-write head. The bookshelves are the spinning disks inside the drive. When you first get a computer, the drive is empty. When you save your very first file, the system writes it to a series of adjacent storage blocks. In tech terms, we call these blocks clusters because they are right next to each other. They are contiguous. In this perfect scenario, the read-write head can just sit in one place as the disk spins beneath it, smoothly reading the data. But as we use our computers, this perfect order gets destroyed. We create files, we edit them, and most importantly, we delete files. Let's say you delete a large file. Those clusters are now labeled empty and are ready for new data. But here's where the trouble starts. When you save a new file, the system looks for empty space. If that space is too small, the system splits the file apart. This process is called fragmentation. Instead of one contiguous block, your file is now scattered across the entire physical surface of the drive. In our library analogy, it's like tearing a book into chapters and storing those chapters in different, random rooms of the library. This is where the slowdown comes from. To open that one file, the read-write head has to physically move across multiple tracks. This mechanical movement is called seek time, and it is the slowest part of a hard drive. All that jumping around and waiting adds up. So, how do we fix this? We use a software tool called a defragmenter or defragger for short. The goal is simple: to rearrange the scattered puzzle pieces of your files back into a complete, contiguous picture. But how does defragging actually work? It's more like a complex, high-speed game of Tetris. The software starts juggling the data to create room. The defragger moves blocks of data to a spare, unused area of the drive. Once that space is free, the defragger sweeps in and moves all the scattered fragments of that single file into this new, large, empty space. Finally, it returns the other data back where it belongs. It continues this until every file on the drive is back to being contiguous. Modern versions of Windows do this automatically in the background, so you rarely have to think about it. However, there is a crucial modern twist. You should never defrag a solid-state drive SSD. SSDs have no moving parts. Defragmenting an SSD doesn't help speed it up. It just wears out the drive faster by performing unnecessary writes. So, if you have an older hard drive and it's slow, running a defrag is like a deep clean. It makes your computer feel snappy and brand new again.